Hello everybody, my name is Stephen Beach and I'm the founder of Beach Holdings. I'm here today to give you an insight into an exclusive opportunity we have Great Ancoats Street. Before we go into the opportunity, it's really, and help understand it, it's really important to go back and understand where the company's come from and how we've got to this product to today. So jumping back about 18 years, I started a company called Beach Properties. And what Beach Properties was my student arm. So we went into an area of Manchester, just on the outskirts. I was a little bit tired, for want of a better word. And we went in this area because it had huge capital appreciation capability. It also had an opportunity to give me strong yield, which is very important. So for the birth of my business, getting good capital appreciation and a strong yield, if you can achieve both, that was really important to me. So we went into an area called Rusholme and I bought a terrace property that you can probably see on your screen there. And we developed this not just for myself or my friends or family, we developed specifically for the target market. That target market was students, and so they wanted freshly refurbished properties, American fridge freezers, leather sofas, etc. So it's exactly what we delivered to them. On that company, really proud because I bought one terrace house and did the building work with my own hands. We did the second property and a third property, and really over a 15-year period I lived and breathed student accommodation in this area called Rusholme. So one thing I'm really proud of with Beach Properties is the subscription rate is actually 20 times oversubscribed. So what I mean by that, for every one group of tenants we take 19 join our mailing list. So really powerful fact, and we've still got all those properties today. Very close to my heart, and we're still running and operating today. Okay, so about 3 years ago I took a new direction for my tenants, moving away from the students to the next chapter in their lives, which was young professionals. And one thing I've always understood with Manchester's fantastic universities, there's about 100,000 graduates every single year. Now Manchester has one of the highest retention rates in the whole of Europe. So about 70% of those freshly talented doctors, lawyers, accountants are actually being retained and staying in Manchester and getting their first jobs. Now of course in August you're a student, but in September you have got your first job, your first suit, and you need your first home. So those tenants move away from Rusholme and closer to the city centre and the peripherals of the city centre. So this was the birth of Beach Holdings. Now within Beach Holdings you've got separate arms. You've got Manchester Apartments, which is a lettings arm of the company. What does Manchester Apartments do? It rents apartments in Manchester. Very simple. Within Beach Holdings we've got Beach Design and Build, that's responsible for the building work arm, and of course we've still got the Beach Properties, which is the students arm. And again, that's all headed up by the head of company, Beach Holdings. Just to summarise, we've got 140 staff within the whole group. We've actually developed and delivered 1,500 apartments so far, which I'm really proud of. We've got about 5,000 in the pipeline. So the total gross development value of our pipeline is £200 million, which makes us Manchester's biggest residential developer. And one other factor I'm really proud of, you remember the oversubscription rate of Beach Properties? That was actually 20 times oversubscribed. We put a lot of work onto Manchester Apartments and really showing the demand of apartments in Manchester by the young professionals. That company, Manchester Apartments, is 70 times oversubscribed. So for every one tenant we actually take, 69 join our mailing list. So to date we have about 8,500 people waiting for one of our apartments. Essentially, Great Ancoats Street is already rented, so really proud of that fact. So 3 years ago I invited investors to join me on my next part of my journey to co-invest alongside myself, and we co-invested in a development called 90 Princes Street. I'm really proud of that development. It was in a slightly tired part of Manchester. Why was it tired? Because it was going to experience large capital appreciation, which again is essential for myself and now my fellow investors. Also had the possibility for strong yields on that development as well. So they came in at the early stage of that, we developed it out, and I'm really proud that each and every investor, including myself, on that development experienced 50% capital appreciation. That was back in 2015. So in 2017 I did another scheme where fellow investors joined me in Artillery House. That was in 2017. Really proud again. Each investor got 30% capital appreciation and getting really strong yields, about 7% yields on there. So it made me really happy again. Why does it make me happy when the investors make money? Because they come back time and time again to reinvest alongside myself in more development. So another successful scheme was Little Lever Street, and even though it was only delivered last month, some of the investors have already put their properties back on the market at 30% premiums. How have they done that? Because they got in very early of the development stage last year, and it was delivered now as a finished product, which enables them to sell it as a finished product and get 30% appreciation so quickly. So really proud of that fact. So now on to the really exciting opportunity that is Great Ancoats Street, and we'll go into a little bit more about the opportunity we have today. Okay, so now on to the opportunity. Really, let's just talk about the location Great Ancoats is in. It does lie in an area called Ancoats, which is a really up and coming, lively area of Manchester. It's home to a lot of independent coffee shops, artisan restaurants. A lot of young media professionals love to live there. Young technology professionals love to live in that area, and it's really going to be a part of a large regeneration of that side of Manchester. So again, it's a perfect time to get in this area early. Why prices will rise as regeneration is invested in that wider area. The property itself is actually located 10 minutes walk, yes, just 10 minutes walk from the new HS2. So the HS2 will connect Manchester to London in just 1 hour. So 1 hour 10 minutes you could actually be in London from this property. So this location is really key. It's a fantastic part of Manchester that's home, as I say, to a lot of young professionals that really want to live and work in this area. Okay, so let's go inside the opportunity of Great Ancoats Street itself and really look at the property. So these properties are specifically designed for the young professionals of Manchester. So the mix of apartments is only studios and one-bedroom apartments. Why? That's simply what young professionals of Manchester want. It's a huge demand. The largest demand for property is actually for studios and one-bedroom apartments. So that's exactly what we've delivered at Great Ancoats Street. So it's a really good mix of high design, well laid out apartments, and again in a fantastic location that is perfect for the young professionals of that area. So just touching on the specification, although they're designed for the students and young professionals, as I said, they're designed by a landlord as well. So what I mean by that is a lot of thought with the actual products that have gone in there, from the quartz worktops, very hard wearing, Antico flooring, 20-year guarantee, to the British manufactured appliances with 5-year guarantees. For the heating systems also, the washing machines, all out of the apartment in communal areas managed by myself and the management company. So the investors is very little to worry about or replace, other than just collect your rent every single month. Okay, so the building itself at Great Ancoats Street, the big advantage with it for myself and my fellow investors is it actually already exists. In building work and development, it takes a long time generally to go through planning. It's quite risky. You then have to build foundations and do groundworks, build the actual frame, the roof, the floors, the ceiling and the windows. At that point it's usually quite a topping out ceremony where a local mayor may turn up to launch the building. Well, actually Great Ancoats Street is already at that stage. So 70% of the development is already done. So we've done all the hard work because it's a solid structure that's already there. Now the apartments themselves are going to be completely brand new. We're going inside this existing building and creating brand new walls of the apartments, new floors, kitchens, everything is brand new. It actually comes with a 10-year warranty, just like a new build property would, but the main advantage is the structure is already there, so investors and myself can get our money in and out very quickly at very low risk, so we can get that capital appreciation. We can get into the development stage at low prices and exit out at higher prices, and also get yield on our investment very quickly. So that's why Great Ancoats Street is such a great opportunity. Okay, so just closing off, just a quick thank you for your time. Hopefully you understood and enjoyed the sort of backstory and understood where the company's come from to understand the exciting opportunity today. Now this is a pre-launch, so there is only a very limited amount of studios and one beds at Great Ancoats Street. So we thought the fairest way to do it is do a worldwide launch of the actual pricing. So your agent has got this brochure to go through. We've got the apartment layouts. The pricing will be released on the same day around the world, not only on the same day, on the same time. So if you do contact your agent and pre-register your interest, so you can join me on the next part of my journey at Great Ancoats Street. Looking forward to inviting some fellow investors to come back on board with the next part of my journey, and also some new ones as well. But each and every investor that comes on board, I will be personally showing around, and a little tour of Manchester as well. Okay, so thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing some of you in Manchester soon. Thank you.